Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Makina Moto Features. This time we are going to take a closer look at a bike na na-launch doon sa Makina Moto show last July. I am talking about the CF Moto 450 SR.
But you're not playing, it doesn't match your face. But if I'm away from this place, can you take me now? I want it real.
Nabanggit ko na noon, and in my opinion at least, I always felt that CF Moto is one of the more innovative brands to have come out in recent years. You know, sometimes when there's a trend happening na parang lahat ng mga sport bikes may gantong look, di ba? So CF Moto kaya nilang lumihis doon sa trend na yon while still calling the design their own, of course, while at the same time kaya nila maging relevant with what's going on. But meron silang, teka muna, kung ganyan yung mga itsura ng mga bike niyo, eto kami sa CF Moto, and I'd have to appreciate them for that. And it's not naman na tipong sobrang lihis yung design. I mean, they're still able to do this and still keep the bike appealing, you know, to a lot of people. We featured many CF Moto brands in Makina already, and this time, I think this is their mostest in terms of what a mid-size sport bike can offer for the money.
You love me real, we have it all. Don't leave me now. I love the way you want to take, run away with me now. Wind in my head, 'cause I don't care, baby, run away with me now.
So what do we have? Dai. Okay. So what do we have here? The CF Moto 450 SR is priced at 299,000 pesos. With that, you get a 449cc liquid-cooled engine, parallel twin siya, you got a slipper clutch thrown in there, 6 gears po tayo. Chassis natin, steel tube frame, rear fork is sheet metal forming. Rims natin, aluminum alloy na size 17s, of course, aluminum rims. That's light, that's good, that's cool. Front suspension po natin, upside down telescopic fork. Of course, okay na okay yan. Ang likod naman po natin, rear central mono shock. Timbang natin is 168 kilos or 370 pounds. Now, in relation to its power, we are at about 50 horsepower right here. That's pretty good. So there you have it, folks, the CF Moto 450 SR. And as I said before, wala po silang nilagay dito na kachipan. Everything that they can put here in its price range, SRP 299. Lahat ang nilagay nila dito na primo at that price range is pretty impressive. We can see right off the bat, grips are very good. Ito mga switches na ito, back in the day, like as far back as maybe 6-7 years ago, get switches like that na ganyan kaayos. Yung makikita sa price range na ganito. Actually, in some other bikes, these switches medyo, you can tell right away, para siyang pushaw, yung parang alam mo na mamumuti siya sa kababad sa araw. Metal here is also really well made. Switches here are also good quality. The levers that we have here, it's coated, and I like that. Hindi siya yung alabas lang na air metal. Coated is also prime. What they did here with the signal light, in-incorporate nila sa mirrors, and for me, that's also great. Although, track day, tanggal nila and ayoko to tanggalin. I wonder how that's gonna be like. I'm sure there's like a little terminal there or some wires that you can just tape when you're gonna go for track day kasi kailangan to ng power supply, right? So it has to be through a wire. Of course, with this configuration setup, I know that when you look at this, it's like, hey, I'm like a futuristic race bike that I can take on the racetrack anytime, right? But kung in-incorporate nila yung ilaw dito, this is also telling me it's also for daily use, meaning it's not like you're gonna hit the racetrack where you have to take this out all the time. So they are assuming that you wanna look sporty, you want a good performing bike, but at the same time, we're gonna put the light here because we are assuming you're gonna use this every day as well. Kita nyo naman, brakes natin, Brembo agad. And look at the size of this disc, right? Malaki siya. The stopping power, as you will see in our little brake test, is really, really good. Our tires are CST. That's also great. With my time with CST tires, okay naman siya, makapit naman siya. Can't complain there. Inverted forks na tayo. Take a quick peek right there at the engine. We have a parallel twin. And for me, CF Moto, as they go along, they've been improving with their parallel twin design. Just getting better and better. One of the things that I also appreciate about this bike is how they incorporated yung mga highlight na lines. Like for example, the color of this is called Nebula White. So, meron kang highlight dito of cyan. Is it cyan? So, this color, naka-highlight siya. May linya siya dito sa borderline ng ating wings. You have that same color coming out here. You have it coming out here as well. You have it on the lower bout. And you have it in the wheels. Look at the wheels. Meron din silang cyan dyan. And it's just, boop, just coming out. And that is very, very, very CF Moto. This is something that CF Moto, kung napansin mo sa ibang bikes nila, they always have that little pop of lines here and there. I'm gonna appreciate this design too. Meron tayong silip dito. And I think that's great. Carbon fiber-esque trim over here. Paint job, CF Moto is doing really well there. In terms of the design, check it out sa harap. Oh, diba? Diba napakaganda niyan? We got some wings! In terms of quality of the seat, pretty good. And actually, I would say for a sport bike, this is very, very generous. Ito mo gaano kalalim mapasok ang aking dali. That's pretty generous there for your crotch area. As of course, you reach the back, it's kind of getting lesser and lesser. Pero where it counts, very generous siya. Now, for the epic betlog syndrome, yeah, it's pretty comfortable for me and this configuration compared to, kunyari, andito yung ating foot peg at yung taas niya in relation to how long my legs are. Pero yung sa biyahe ko naman, wala naman akong cut off ng blood supply from my leg to my crotch na nagkakos ng pins and needles. Because after a while, when the blood gets cut off, magiging numb na yung crotch mo diba? Through long rides, which is typical of some sport bikes. But since I think they designed this naman for the everyday rider too na gusto magmukhang sporty, the IBS is not that much of a concern. So, again, on the side, check this out. Very, very nice. This is really, really good quality. Usually, dito nagtitipid yung mga ibang bikes, diba, sa ganitong price range. Look at that. Very, very nice quality. Look at this one. Very, very, very nice quality. Even the canister for this, very, very nice quality. Canister here, also very, very good quality. So here's the key. Now I'm gonna show you the TFT display. Now this is one of the better looking TFT displays that I've seen in this price range. Check it out. Oh, huh? Ganda, diba? Look at that. I feel like I'm in the future in 2023. Very straight up, very easy to manipulate. Again, kung ikaw ay may Android phone, you can figure this out really easy. These are your controls which you can navigate with your left hand. So as you can see, ito yung mga tabs na pwede nyo pasukan. You have the main menu. And when you press that, it goes into another page. If you hit back, and then of course you have your odometer. We are at 499 kilometers right now. Uy, konti na lang, magka-500 na siya. And of course, trip 1, trip 2. As you go along, kunyari when you hit the menu, also has a CF Moto app for navigation. You have your sounds when you connect with your gadget. You have your settings, of course. Many things you can do with this bike, and it's not very difficult to operate. What's great right now is, I've been saying this in other bike reviews as well, yung wishlist ko na sana may app na konektado sa bike nila, and now it's happening. I'm seeing more and more bikes with apps sa kanilang mga models, and that's great. This TFT display is one of the best I've seen. All right, so let's take a listen. Mind you, this is an open pipe already. Kaya meron tayong Orion siya, and Orions are very loud. Our lights, this is one of the cool things with this bike too. Oh, ganda oh. Bright as this. This is low beam, that is high beam, low beam, high beam, low beam, high beam, low beam, high beam. Very, very nice light. Napakaganda. Signal light natin, incorporated with our side view mirror. It's right here. So for the rear, these are our brakes. And of course, LED tayo all the way. Handling from the CF Moto 450 SR is almost asking for more power. I say this in the sense that this chassis, this size, can take on more grunt and more stress with ease. I can only guess that CF Moto is thinking forward and telling us that this platform can take on bigger, more powerful engines in the future. Corners can be hugged, and concrete can be kissed by knees. Walang perpektong motor, and if I were to hyper-critique this bike, it would be more on how it is presented. We should be seeing this on the racetrack more. I'd like to see this bike go head-to-head with other bikes. I wish CF Moto would take a serious look into motorsports so people can fully realize what their bikes can do. Diba? Iba pa rin yung sumasaba kayo, andyan yung competition. Kasi for me, parang bitin kung kalye lang yung pinagyayabang natin with the 450 SR. I mean, let's put it on the racetrack. Let's have it compete, right? And I think not just here in the Philippines, I hope globally, CF Moto will take a step towards motorsports. Yung talagang all-out, tricked-out bike, super bike from CF Moto, and really, really todo compete. More noise in that area. I'd also challenge CF Moto to put more tech into their mid-sized bikes. Like, I don't know, call it abusado, pwede naman mangarap. Like, mas seamless yung interaction natin with our mobile devices. I know may ABS na siya, pero what if nagdagdag pa natin ng cornering ABS, di ba? And I feel that with a bike like this, since we're trying to push for more performance, maybe more tweakability doon sa mga modes natin. I mean, really more options that we can dial in to really personalize the bike, especially if we're gonna try to get into more performance-based specs for a sport bike, di ba? Sometimes racers already are trying to tune the littlest thing to squeeze out more performance from their bikes. Pero admittedly, I would say na itong mga sinasabi ko, medyo demanding customer mode na ako niyan. I mean, again, we are at 299,000 pesos and I'm like asking for the moon and stars. Yes, but you have to remember, as far back as 5 years ago, nangangarap tayo na sana below 400, below 300,000 pesos magkaroon na ng mga TFT display yung mga maliliit na bikes, di ba? Ano na nangyayari ngayon? We're getting a lot of TFT displays on our mid-sized bikes and at a price range that's more affordable. Kumpara nung araw, nasa million yung mga bikes bago tayo makatikim ng TFT display. Also right now, before we were hoping na sana yung mid-sized talagang lagyan na nila ng ABS, di ba? Ngayon, halos lahat na ng mga mid-sized bikes, even the smaller displacement bikes, halos lahat na nagkakaroon ng ABS. And how does that happen? We have to keep on asking, we have to keep on demanding, we have to keep on pushing the manufacturers na sana lagyan nyo ito ng ganito, sana lagyan nyo ng ganito, di ba? So yeah, demanding customer mode tayo sa hirit na yan. Again, hindi masamang humirit, hindi masamang sububok humingi, di ba? At this point in time, CF Moto is actually a brand na dapat hangaan o kuhaan ng inspirasyon ng mga bagong brands na gusto rin sumabak sa industriyang motor. Marami silang matututunan sa CF Moto. And at the same time, CF Moto is actually a brand more established manufacturers should be worried about. Remember, since they came out, steady lang sila. They've been growing. They've been coming out in EICMA. Established brands should be wary of CF Moto. They should be looking, okay, CF Moto is getting bigger and bigger, right? If we look at what they've been doing the past years, talagang ginapang nila yung brand nila. And they've done this with good products and syempre yung consistency nila sa pag-roll out ng kanilang motor. It's all there. This time, with the release of the 450 SR, we see that CF Moto is certainly not stopping. They just keep on going on and on and on and on. And they're clearly being propelled by the momentum that is being fueled by their success. 299,000 pesos, folks, and you get this fine machine from CF Moto. By the way, you can catch their new bikes sa upcoming biggest event sa motorcycle industry. We're talking about the Makina Moto Show. This is happening in April 14, 15, and 16 dyan po sa SMX Convention Center, Manila in Pasay. That's 3 days, 4 halls, 1 motorcycle industry. Kita-kita po tayo dyan. This is Zach from Makina Moto Features. Ciao!
doesn't match your face. Gotta find my way away from this place. Can you take me now? I want it, I want it real. Are you afraid of me now? Are you afraid?